A very good morning to you. Welcome to New Surgery. A very beautiful morning. This is where we bring the world and Nigeria to your doorstep. My name is Barry Swan Christian Wigo, and we'll have a lot to talk about. A lot has been happening. Don't forget, on Saturday it's going to be time for for Governor Demola, yes, and Adeleke, and all the whole drama, yes, in Osun State, the political election, and it's been brewing. Tension has been hot. We saw videos where a lady is now acting akato, and also men, where the police personnel were able to apprehend them. But I just pray that this time around, election will be fair, as it should be, and also as the inec has promised us. Before we dive deep into all of the stories, I have my colleague with me. Good morning to you, Francis. How are you doing?
Good morning, Barrister Kristen. It's always a pleasure.
That was a pleasure.
I'm doing great. Thank you. Of course, a very beautiful morning to you, and thanks for joining us on CEMTV News Surgery. It's always a pleasure to be accepted into your space, and we take that as a privilege that we will not ever back down on. So thank you for being part of our growing online community. If you haven't followed us, then do so. Just pick up your phone, pick up your devices, and log on to CEMTV Plus across all social media platforms to be able to catch up on all of our content. And just in case you are on ISO, for those of us who use Android phone and those of us who use iPhones, you can also download the CEMTV's mobile app that allows you to view us on the go of social media. Today is a beautiful day, the last day for the week. Yeah,
thank God it's Friday. I didn't say that. I don't know how you're going to react to that since you don't like it.
Week, and somebody just asked me yesterday, like we're in the middle of the month of August, and it seems like it's just yesterday that it started, but and August break hasn't come yet in Rivers State.
Well, you're in Rivers State, but some persons will say August break is here, but I say relax, gear up, because Rivers, no break.
I haven't seen it.
No break in Rivers. Well, that's why it's called Rivers State. What do you expect?
I'm going to invite the rainmakers.
Oh, please.
We'll put a change to the night.
We will come ready for you, okay, on that. And also, we'll have a guest this morning. His name is Very Chief Saro Marcus Tongwe. He's also a local government leader of Babe Kingdom and ADC Kana. Good to have you. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Hope it wasn't difficult you finding your way down here to
yes, somehow, not too much.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. good to have you. So today we will be looking at Rivers State politics and the battle for 2027. Who really controls the grassroots?
Well, what I know about in Rivers State, I won't exactly give it to anybody.
Why so?
Yeah, because why I say so is because at any given time in politics, definitely there must have to be somebody at a time. And sometimes people think that the person that's in government sometimes control.
Okay.
It's not like that in game of politics. You can be out of politics, you are not a politician, but you can control the state from somewhere. But today, let me be truthful a little bit by saying that we have two outstanding political leaders now. Though there have been others who have been here too, but for now, we have two outstanding past and present political leaders.
Okay.
You talk of Right Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amechi.
All right.
And then you talk of Chief Nyesom Wike.
Why will you narrow it to just the two of them, if I may ask?
Because currently there are two people that are leading the two major political parties in the state. Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it to the two of them at the moment.
So every other politicians in Rivers State don't stand a chance, or they don't have a say, or they're not big wit enough to come forth?
Well, they are, but this is practical thing. Because if you look at the state now, the configuration of the state fall between the two of them is either you are here or the other way. Majorly, it is you are following Wike or you are following Amechi. That is how it is presently now, but we are looking at the third force that will come.
Okay, let's talk about opposition, because one of the greatest concerns of Nigerians is the place of opposition in Nigerian politics as we gear for 2027 general elections. In Rivers State, if my memory serves me correctly, the last time former Governor Amechi visited Rivers State, there were some issues. Report has it that he could not even access his own local community to register under the ADC, and there were different stories making the rounds. He was prevented by horseback. There were interventions by some personals loyal to the Minister of the FCT. Some alleged it was those who were loyal to the governor's Siminalai Fubara. Those reports have not been confirmed, but one thing is certain, that the ADC secretariat in his community was reportedly burned prior to his visit. I'd like to ask, now that it's been, the party registration issues has been gotten out of the way, he's been picked as the vice presidential candidate for the ADC, elections is just around the corner, campaign is just around the corner. How is the party faring in Rivers State?
ADC now, under the leadership of Rahul Chubuke Amechi, and of course the gubernatorial candidate of the ADC.
Oh, you have a gubernatorial candidate?
We have.
I'm hearing that for the first time.
They too.
ADC
Okay.
have.
All right. What's his name?
Sir Dr. Gabriel P. Dumpsey,
Oh,
the gubernatorial candidate
P. Dumpsey.
of ADC
But yet it's not
from
as loud.
Monogamy
Okay.
extraction.
All right.
So back to the question. How is the ADC in Rivers State?
Very strong. They are what we call popularity. The difference between popularity and acceptability. There are some political noise making group, and there are those who are silent political making group in a state.
So you are directly saying that the ADC is silently working, whereas the other opposition or the members of the APC or the Rainbow Coalition are just making noise. Is that what you're saying?
Right, exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
one would be forced to answer this one. If you say the Rainbow Coalition, the coming together of the ADC, of rather the Labour Party, the Action Alliance, the People's Democratic Party, and the All Progressive Congress under the Rainbow Coalition, as opposed to the ADC now, that these other groups are making noise. The first question the River people want to ask you at this point is, how much coverage do you have in River State? How many party agents do you have? What is your membership strength in River State so far?
Yeah, we have the ADC versus the Rainbow Coalition. All these other four you just mentioned, they are one people.
How so?
Yes, we're wearing different clothes by one people.
I agree, but how strong is the ADC? What? Because if you're looking at the strength of a political party, you're looking at the membership of that party, you're looking at the structures they have put in place, you're looking at the reach as per polling unit that we have in River State. So I ask again, what is the strength of ADC in River State as we speak?
I've just told you here that we have two army politicians. I've just told you have political noise making group, then you have the silent majority. ADC is very much rich on ground in River State. You may not know, but as we go on, we are entering campaign by next week. Up, we will know whether ADC is in this state or not.
But at the end of the day, if we're to go by the statutory laws, inec registration of members and all of that, at the end of the day, these are criteria that are being considered. So, can you put a number to what the ADC has on ground in River State at the moment?
As in strength?
Yes.
Even myself, I won't be able to give an accurate figure, but what I'm telling you, the strength of Rivers State is equivalent to what we are going to get in the election. It's numerous.
During the last,
I cannot give you any exact number, but the number we have is equivalent to the coalition of the Rivers State. Put them together.
So, if you say the exact number you have is equivalent to the Rainbow Coalition, as at the last event that the Rainbow Coalition hosted when they were inaugurating the ward ambassadors, and the grand finale happened in Obiopo local government area, I recall speaking with the director of the City Boys movement, for instance, and he mentioned that the City Boys movement alone in River State have more than 10 million people. The City Boys movement alone in River State have more than 10 million. So if the City Boys movement alone has about 10 million, take away the City Boys and look at the membership of the other parties under the Rainbow Coalition, you're looking at a lot more numbers than that. And when it comes to argument and slugging it out between different political parties, the numbers have a significant role to play. So if you're saying the numbership strength or the numerical strength of the ADC surpasses that of the Rainbow Coalition, I ask again, how come, for instance, that your Guba candidate, I am just getting to hear about him for the first time?
I'm surprised.
I know we've had conversations with PDP, APC, ANC, NDC, and other political parties, but in Port Harcourt, as we speak, the only candidate that I have heard and have interacted with members of his party are the members of the Rainbow Coalition and Okechinda for the governorship election so far in Port Harcourt. So the question still comes down to, what is the ADC in Port Harcourt doing? Because if you are not heard, you are not known by the people,
you're not seen
by the people, how then can they trust what you're bringing to the table?
Okay. This is what do you call this television station?
CEMTV.
Okay, CEMTV. PWC has been on other television stations and radio stations in the states. Okay. That's why I'm saying that I'm surprised. Though in the first place, as a politician, you don't keep telling lies to the people if you're a good politician. Because when your supporters come to find out that you're telling them lies, maybe in the next political dispensation, you won't find nobody again. So, Rivers State is not up to 10 million. And we are saying that the Rainbow Coalition is 10 million. When Rivers State population is not up to 10 million. And it is not everybody that goes to vote in the state. So, 10 million of what? Youths or the general population of Rivers State? When we are not up to 10 million, we are about 7 million or 8, as the case may be. So everybody empty themselves, including you that's working here.
By which population survey? Is it the 2026 or the projected population of 2026?
Everything now in the world, but let me bring it down to Nigeria, is always above 200 million. Always above 200 million. So it is by presumption. So Rivers State is within 7 million. If I want to follow, or let me say 7.5 now, from the last census. So if you say 10 million of Rivers State people are coalition, and we're not up to that. So I'm asking you, including you that is in CEMTV now, you are also member of the coalition, and we're not up to that.
All right, we'll quickly go on a short break and we'll be right back. When we come back, we'll introduce our next guest. Stay here, don't go nowhere.
This is CEMTV, reliable news and entertainment.
Is it time? I can't wait to see it.
Voice of the people, stories that matter.
Oh wow!
Truth in every moment, now and forever. Across every border, across every land, we form, we empower, together we stand.
CEMTV.
From Africa to the world,
CEMTV.
connecting every voice.
What's on your mind today? The goal by Victor Osimhen was amazing.
The economy. Isn't that what's on everybody's mind?
I would like to see more women in positions of authority. If you heard and saw it from CEMTV, you can take it to the bank. CEMTV, your reliable source of news, information, and entertainment.
This is CEMTV, reliable news and entertainment.
Worried about the state of your world? Need better and broader ideas? Stay tuned to CEMTV 24/7, always thinking possibilities. CEMTV, reliable news and entertainment.
This is CEMTV, reliable news and entertainment.
Is it time? I can't wait to see it.
Voice of the people, stories that matter.
Oh wow!
Truth in every moment, now and forever. Across every border, across every land, we form, we empower, together we stand. From Africa to the world,
And it's good to have you back. Thank you for joining us from that short break. Today we'll have the second guest. We're still looking at a grassroots, the battle. Who really controls the grassroots? Is it the godfather politicians or governors? Well, our other guests were saying there are two big wigs in River State. The other ones, they are just empty barrels. But we'll get details of all of that conversation. I have Right Comrade Bright Godwin Nta is also the coordinator Articulation Alliance Movement River State. Good to have you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm cool.
I hope it wasn't difficult you finding your way to the studio.
No, not at all, not at all.
Okay, yeah, before we went on that short break, we had Saturn where he had the floor. Let's continue with the conversation. We're looking at who has the grassroots in River State. This is the first time we're hearing so far that your party actually have a governorship candidate. I've heard of P. Dumpsing, but just on social media. It's not really loud as other, gubernatorial candidates. This is the first time I'm getting to hear that officially your party have a governorship candidate. So let's talk more about him and why has it been on the low? Why is it just Yekana extraction or is it River State generally? Let's get confirmation from you.
Yeah, like I said, I've just told you two categories of politicians. One, making noise. Two, silent majority.
Okay.
Now, if you, whether you remember during the going to INEC, any middle of either March or April this year. The
drama.
Yes, when ADC went for protest. Were you
remember?
Were you in the state then?
I was in the state.
So what did you see?
But your party wasn't loud. And it's just
no, what did you see then? You saw two persons or you saw thousands
now,
or in their thousands.
My colleague asked a question. He said we've seen governorship candidates, aspirant and whole lot of it, and we've been seeing them coming to make statements, the big move, but your party has been on the low. Why?
I've told you, I've explained
that you're the silent mover.
Silent mover. Whenever you hear there's a submarine within your country, that is the greatest fear.
Oh my God.
The greatest fear. If, for example, if two of us were into confrontation now, and I just keep silent, find a way. Just find a way. Because if I talk, you will be able to respond and know what to do. But if I keep quiet, it's dangerous.
So silence is power, like we always say.
Too much.
Okay, let's get to hear from you, Comrade Bright. Good to have you. Talk to us about the grassroots. Who is really, on the bigger side? Who has the power? Who is ruling? Your candidate versus the other candidate.
ADC is on ground, of course.
How strong are they?
Now put all the ADCs on table and look at it. One after the other.
Okay.
The question is, as an opposition party, barely how many months can gain momentum in this nature? Now look at, we are talking about River State. The question I think you should be asking is, who are these people behind the success someone somewhere is claiming he has structure in this state?
And who is the someone somewhere?
I don't want to mention them.
Alright.
But now let's look at the so-called rainbow coalition. I see them as coalition of confusion. I don't say
of constitution.
Confusions.
Okay.
Now if you look at it carefully, if you look at it, ADC is barely how many months old, functioning, active here in River State.
All right.
And they bring the best credible candidates so far.
According to you?
The best candidates so far. Practically, theoretically, and otherwise. Where experience. Now, compare the candidates. Because I don't see the so-called rainbow as they are not political party. Now the structure they are claiming on, the question is, who were the brain box of all those structures? It's Sagrebrand, P. Dumpsing. the so-called Wiki movement that are coming into the GDI and so on and so forth, who were the brain box? Deliberate. And today, we are talking about grassroots. Yes, they are the ruling, they are in power. But has it happened in River State that an opposition we just came up barely how many months and gain momentum all over the state? So it's a clear indication that this is the direction the Rivers people. Few weeks ago, I wrote a letter to Governor Singh. Sorry, but with due respect, we will state the structure that work at the field to make sure Governor Singh becomes the governor of Rivers State today. I am fundamental to that structure. And when we discover this is not what the arrangement was, you can't continue to use people and expect that they will sit down and fold their hands and clap for you. But I feel so sorry for Governor Singh.
Why do you say so?
You can't. You start a fight to liberate Rivers people, and you promise the Rivers people that in every you do is Rivers first. Then you come to look at this action recently. Is it River first?
But would you blame him when a sitting governor doesn't have the ticket to contest for the next coming election? If you were to be in his position, what would you have done differently?
I have been a governor of the state. Nobody there messed with my government the way Wiki is doing in this state.
But you know how Sim came to power. It was through godfatherism. And you
see, in politics, I am a certified political scientist.
Okay.
In politics, there are two basic things. Someone need to recommend you. Everybody is being carried around. The Wiki himself today, how does it start it? From when he becomes the local government chairman, he was through substitutions. He did not purchase any from anywhere. It's the reason why even the late Barrister Tassier, who is his cousin brother that Wiki killed today.
Killed? Allegedly? Do you have evidence to that?
There is a day for that. We are not talking about that today. But what I'm saying is, we are Rivers people. We are being in Rivers State. And we understand how things work here. But let's look at politics. Nobody is an island. And nobody is a monopoly of power. Politics is number. And how do you get that number? By sincerity, integrity. We in that rainbow coalition that have integrity. We amongst them. If I should ask.
In the course of this week, a political analyst came here, Mufasa. Is it Mufasa? I just want to know, not Mufasa. I think I'm trying to remember his name. And he, according to him, I'm rephrasing his word, that among all the politicians, his candidate, Okechinda, has the credentials and the backing and is strong enough to contest as a governor come 2027. And he said, among other aspirants, they don't stand a chance. What will you say to that?
Credential, you said.
And also the capability.
The question is, the same case Lee is talking about have been in the House of Rep, and this is the same people, this is the same person who have lied to the whole world, not just Nigeria alone. How can you be in PDP, get a ticket in APC? Who does that? And we're just trying to throw away the constitutional matter. When it is very obvious, very clear. Now look at the Electoral Act.
Okay.
That someone who is a member of a parliament under a political party.
Comrade Cyril, do you also believe in what he's saying?
What aspect especially?
The part where he's saying your governorship candidate has the the strength and the momentum to come out as a governor come 2027.
I repeatedly told you here from the beginning when we start this interview that I would not fail to be mentioning two different aspects, perspective of a politician.
Okay.
One noise making, one silent.
Okay, taking up from that silent, Comrade Bright, your governorship candidate has been quiet. Your party member is saying one is noisemaker, the other party is the silent. Will you call him a silent bulldozer?
That is correct.
Okay, so
that is correct.
All right.
Because if you understand the business of politics and how oppositions works,
okay,
you don't tell your strategy to the public for the ruling party or the people in power to use against you. You don't.
All right, let me come back to very Sarusa. It's been a long time coming when it comes to politics in River State. It's always been the riverine and the upland. I beg your pardon, not the riverine, because we've not seen a Calabari man and a Creeker man. This is just the first time we're seeing an Opobo man in River State that comes up as a governor through the godfather Yesom Wike as a former governor. And what happened between the both of them, and it came to be that he can't even run to continue for 80 years to start with. Now, in the Ogoni axis, we've never seen anyone come forth, okay? We've seen names, this one to come, Abe came running for this, running for that, but there was never a time we've gotten an Ogoni governorship candidate that is strong and firm. Do you think this time around the narrative is going to change? Knowing fully well that when it comes to the Ogoni struggle, you hear one Mossop president, second Mossop president, conflict of interest. How do you think the people are going to back you when it looks like your house is not in order?
Okay, yeah, I had to talk about dichotomy.
Yes, please.
The issue of riverine and upland dichotomy. It has been there. I played politics from the time of former River State when Bayelsa was with us.
We're together, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think Rufus was the last governor of former River State after Okilo.
Okay.
Then when they now left,
Okilo was Bayelsa.
Bayelsa.
Okay.
Then Rufus Okrika. That is riverine still. So when they left, the first governor, civilian governor of River State was Odili. On the side of First River State.
First River State, Odili.
Yeah. Second was Omeya.
Okay.
Whatever.
That never lasted.
Okay. Whatever you will call it.
Interest too, right?
Ikwere.
Okay.
Come again, Amechi. Ikwere. Come again, Wike. You understand? 3.
And now there's an OK Chinda on the pipeline.
Yeah.
And now there's a Pidomsin on the pipeline.
Yeah. So right now, I want to let you understand something about the issue of dichotomy. Then before we come to, the issue of this candidate right now.
Yes, please.
Yeah, sincerely, if things were to go the normal way, we're supposed to carry each other. If you go riverine, it goes to upland. I know that Amechi, after the 80th of Amechi, he proposed that Odili has been there. Omeya has been there. He has been there.
For tested part.
Yes. So it is good we move
to the upland.
To the riverine this time. And there was a disagreement. Wike refused and said he must contest governor. And he attached himself. There's something Wike is doing. What he's doing is the issue of quietly attach himself to the government at the center. You understand? And use that to work. It's not that he is too much. He is not. That is the trick. So he will definitely find his way, because he fought his way into Jonathan at that time, and then he was pronounced. There was a little confrontation between Amechi and Jonathan at the time.
Okay.
And so what Wike did quickly was to attach himself to Jonathan, and then that was how, you know, Wike became governor. And when he came to the time he was supposed to, you know, hand over, he will now give it to the job man you are talking about now.
Okay.
That is Sin, to become the governor. Now we are told, and what we understood to be, is actually there was an agreement, because we can keep saying keep to the agreement. It is recently we understood that actually there was an agreement between Wike and Sin,
okay,
to run for only one single time. There was. It is conclusively correct that there was.
So it wasn't about the drama of the state of emergency. There was an agreement for Sim to run for one term,
Yeah,
and not come back the second term.
yeah, there was.
Okay, so I like to take us through. I like a few things that you've highlighted. One, Comrade highlighted the fact that politics is about numbers, and that takes me back to the question I asked before we went on our break. The question of numbers. By projection right now, just looking up, Rivers State is projected to be between 9.7 to about 10 million people.
Yeah.
So, I asked again, I like Comrade Brown to answer this time around. The articulation movement, that's Atiku Abubakar and Rotimi Amici movement in Rivers State. How grounded are you? What are the numbers that your party has been able to rake up?
As a structure, because I believe in grassroots.
Okay.
We have members cut across all units, ward, LGA of the state.
Active members.
Active.
All right.
And they are all being incorporated into the ADC family.
So a brief look into politics. You talked about the fact that politics is about influence, it's about impact, it's about, presence. Let's look briefly into the governorship candidate of your party. Its political antecedent shows that prior to this 2026 of his getting the ADC governorship ticket, in 2007 he was appointed as the secretary to the state government.
Correct.
That was in 2007. Now in 2011 he bidded for the House of Representatives, which he failed. In 2014 he contested the PDP governorship primaries alongside the likes of Nyesom Wike, and he missed out. After missing out, he campaigned for the People's Democratic Party during that election. And after that, he vanished from the political scene to get upgraded, get his educational certifications and degrees and all of that.
He didn't vanish. Sorry.
In as much as the history shows that while he was busy getting upgraded, building capacity, he was still maintaining some level of relationship with his team. I'd like to ask, because looking at the personality of Wike, looking at his ground soldiers or his foot soldiers across the different elections, a man who has not been on ground 24/7 and a man who has been on ground 24/7, my question still remains: how grounded is this time around not your political party but the governorship candidate? Because when you talk about presence, you talk about relevance, you talk about structure, it takes a man who is on ground, who is constantly in check with his team to be able to hold them together.
Let me react to that question.
There's something you miss out on. He was in the House of Assembly before now.
He was also a House of Assembly member. But let me react to that your question. Sir Gabriel Baritome P. Dumpson is a man of integrity. Now, let's start from how the political journey started. House of Assembly member, contested so many other elections, and even the way the PDP lead. first
And
tenure.
he missed out. So if Wike,
Now let me
Wike could defeat him there.
It did not. When you said defeat, and when you have understanding with somebody is two different things. You talk with me, let's build this thing together. Work with me. It's a different thing than when you don't talk with me and we go into the pool and you defeat me.
Okay, so there was an understanding between Wike and him.
Now let me. P. Thompson was the leader of the WSM in the state. Now, P. Thompson was the Director General of the Wike campaign. You understand me?
With you.
So now let's look at it. Because whether you win election or not depends on the Director General of your campaign. Because he is shadowed with the responsibility to do everything that will make your election successful and victorious. That's the core responsibility when campaign council is set up and a DG is appointed. So let's look at it. Now, outside that, the GDI and the WSM, that was the structure that gave Wike the victory. Who was the brain box? You can have your money and you don't know how to. There's no proper planning and management or resources, both capacity and otherwise. So does it mean you are successful? I am telling you today that the success of every election Wike have ever won, that P. Thompson is the brain box.
So in that
now in Rivers State here, the Rivers people has been crying because we have been disappointed, we have been betrayed by these same people, and that is why Rivers people has come up and decide that come 2027 they will speak. What we are saying and what we are asking, a neutral playground should be given to all contestants. Let's test the credibility. If they claim they have structures, let's see. It's not about sitting somewhere and writing results. Let's go to the pool and see who is credible enough. And we are calling on the Rivers people, calling on Rivers youth, elders, women, market women, farmers. Are you happy with what is happening in Rivers State? That is for the past how many years, no development in Rivers State? The state is standstill. Nothing is working because of the fear of one man claiming to be the empire of the state. It doesn't work out.
All right, let me come to Chief Saru. Let's go back to the conversation we had before Francis came in. Now, this is P. Thompson coming in from the Ogoni extraction, trying to run for governorship by God, seeing if he's going to win or not. You said you have the silent bulldozer and you also have the empty barrels that make noise. Do you think the people of Ogoni will really give their support to Sir P. Thompson come 2027, knowing fully well that Ngere Abe has been there, coming out for politics and all of that? But I didn't really see the heavyweight of the Ogonis or the Rivers people backing him at some point to move to this other party. But now we'll have P. Thompson coming all out. What do you think Rivers will do, or Ogoni to start with? Are they going to give their full support, or the vote will be divided as it usually be after this prior to this time?
Okay, definitely there have been one problem.
Okay.
that our people they are facing.
All right. What could that be?
That problem has been one voice.
Why?
Yeah. You know, everything that is on earth has already been in heaven.
Okay.
You know, imagine how there was one God, one Holy Spirit, and one angel, and then somebody from among them will now say, I want to be you, that is God. And then that one was sent down and it became the Satan today on earth. So from that day till today, there will be always a dissenting voice in every organization, even in your family. So we do not want to look at the issue of being dissenting voice, but we want our people to believe that they can become governor of Rivers State. That is why we are going now. Hear my word. Believe. They have never believed through this set of people. When one will come, someone will say, some of them will say, it is not our time, as if there will be no time for the Ogoni people to become the governor. So right now, what we are going after is belief. And we're going to use the same pattern we used before in 1990 to approach the governor of Rivers State right now.
You know why I'm asking?
For Ogoni people.
Okay, you know why I'm asking? Some persons will say Ogonis are agitators. They're all out there. Our land is polluted. High Prep is doing this. This Gokana is receiving money for oil. Kana isn't receiving money for oil. Like they don't have one voice. Like they are not united. So if a house that is not united, how then would they present this candidate to the people of Ogoni?
The people move by faith, and sometimes drive the people to have a belief. And I'm just telling you right now that what has been lacking is belief that Ogoni people can become governor. And I'm telling you here and now that we are driving our people to believe. No matter the dissenting voice, when the time will come, everybody will obey.
You know why I'm really asking this question? I have friends that are from Ogonis, both Kana and Gokana. While I was in school some years back, I heard them say, the Gokana people are benefiting from the oil cleanup. But when it comes to the Kana, I haven't seen any tangible results to that effect. I haven't seen any son or daughters of the Ghana that will say, oh, I've collected money for this, I've collected, but it's always one-sided, the Gokana. Not to put you both at loggerhead, but why is it like that? It shows that the house is not in unity. It looks like the Gokana are more higher placed in society than the Kanas, which was not supposed to be so. I believe your hero Ken Saruma, when he died, it was for the betterment and upgradement of Ogoni people, but we don't see that come to pass. Ogoni land is still polluted. The High Prep is just there. Some say the person in charge is just eating money and the rest of it, but if you take your leg, if you stroll down or travel down to the Ogoni, you can see that the water is still polluted. Farmland is still dry. You hardly even have good crops from the farmland. Nothing has been done about it, but yet there's a company called High Prep in charge. And the surprising fact is that Ogoni man is actually in charge of that project, but yet no significant result. So how then can the people come back and give their full support when they don't even see light as it should be at the end of the tunnel? That's my question.
Okay, good. Ogoni was the second place in Nigeria history about oil that oil was struck.
Okay.
Oil was struck in Olobi in 1956, and by 1958 oil was struck in Ogoni and in Dere.
Okay,
so,
Dere.
Yeah. Dere, call it Dere.
Okay.
Yeah. So because the both Baranewa Dere and Kegbara Dere, they are Dere people. That was where oil was founded in Ogoni, the second place in Nigeria.
Okay.
And so major oil that is coming out from Ogoni is coming from the Ogoni, from the Gokana people.
Gokana access.
You understand?
Okay. Right.
And during this process, this other issue that led to the killings in Ogoni, majority of Gokana people were also killed. And then Cain was got him out of manipulating the rest of those 4, because that was how they got him. Ken was the head, he was the person that was piloting, and they want to stop him from that agitation. And so the only way they will call it precision, we don't want to kill, they call it precision. That they can kill everybody in this house just to get at one person. So in order to get Ken, then they have to kill those people, and then they got him. You understand? So if you look at it, the politics of the area, government tends to give too much of attention to the people of Wokana because of what they have suffered in terms of pollution and in terms of loss of life.
Okay.
So that politics is there, to be sincere. If you watch, any opponent government will do, they'll be looking towards that area, maybe to cool down their further agitation.
Okay.
And so the area, I feel that it didn't look well, because we also have oil wells in Ghana local government. We have in town, we have in everywhere in the world they have. Now they are not looking at.
But the element, we can't talk about the element, because I heard the element people say they are not Ogonis.
They are. Everybody originated from where we call Nama. The person who found the element is from Lewe Bukana. His name is Animam. That is why we derive the name Eneme. Animam is Lewe man. They can't argue that. Leave it, because when this see, like this refinery that was built, that refinery was built to be built in where?
Okay.
When Philomene Weka was house of rest in the Second Republic.
Okay.
And what happened? He now said he's afraid that the gas may explode, so he now shifted to enemy. And that is what the enemy people are enjoying today. So
and they are now benefiting from it.
They are benefiting.
Okay.
Are they actually benefiting?
Okay, so all right, let me butt in.
Okay, let me just
in the midst of all the appointments that you say has favored this particular
the Gokana people.
Why have we still had this level of poverty and environmental pollution that has not been dealt with? Is it that when politicians or when appointment goes to people from this area, all they do is share the money when they get onto the table and forget that they were given that opportunity to serve the needs of their people?
Unfortunately, the kind of people, see, if you are a politician, play politics or go in the machinery of government and spend their money, that is the work of politician. Gain machinery of government to spend the money of
at the detriment of the people.
Sometimes, if you are good, it will be to the it will be for the good of the people. But if you are bad, it will be to the detriment of the people. So this issue you are not talking about, ask that question again. I just missed it.
I said, why is it that despite the priority in the appointment,
I've gotten it.
We still have not gotten the
yes. This is why I refer to you from the origin. There are certain people. There are people in government. If I come into government today and I want to be stupid, I want to kill the people, I want to let the people know that I am an emperor, I will go to a certain area and locate those that I know that are selfish and greedy people, and they will use you because your resources is there. They will use you to punishing their own people, and then they will gain. So the kind of people that are in there that are getting their appointment are those types. I don't know any one of them. But if there are people that have gotten appointment, that is what we are suffering. So once government give them appointment, forget about Ogoni people. Give me something that is an Esau and Jacob issue.
So you wanted to say?
Yes, I'll be very specifically on the IPRED.
Okay.
I do a lot of research in IPRED, and I discover when budget is passed, money is allocated, and disbursement comes, the money is being disbursed just there at Abuja.
How so?
Now, yes, that's correct. Now, look at IPRED and their indices. Trillions have been released to that parastatal, and yet there is nothing to show for.
But yes, Ogoni Mani is in charge.
It's just a ceremonial head. When money release, they are there in Abuja. Send this and send this to so share to this, share to this, share to this.
Meanwhile, the work has not been carried out.
What are you talking? Why was the former boss of IPRED removed?
Okay, so comrade, let's clarify something. If you say when budgets are released, they stay in Abuja and they share, there are institutions in Nigeria. First question, do you have evidence that these monies are shared? And if you do, what has the community done to demand for accountability?
You can't severally see that a lot of youth have been on protest. Now you will see a government. You will see a government that will commission a project that doesn't exist anywhere. Now let me take you back to my village, Taban. We have oil and abundant gas
In Taban.
now. The IPRED so-called water project. That project was in 3 phases. The solar farm that was supposed to power the water, where is it today? Now look at what they do across the Ogoni in the name of, as I speak to you, some of those projects are under DPC.
Under what?
Some of them are in DPC, but has been commissioned. People are journalists. Take a walk around the Ogonis and inspect what is happening.
In all of this, what are the Ogonis really doing about
That is why some of us are crying out. People are crying out. We don't make. It's unfortunate. Human differs. You see some people, by the time they cry out today, the next morning they call them, give them peanut, they close mouth. But it take grace. And why people like us, outside all the intimidation and so on and so forth, we are still talking, because we believe there should be proper change. How many years after that report, yet Ogoni is still suffering?
And I still come back to the same question, Comrade Brown.
And the area of saying the appointment favor one side. When Share was in operation in Ogoni, there were areas Share was really operating from, while other areas were yet to really do the exploitation that was going on before that emergency came in. So Share was stopped, while some areas, some oil well has not even been established. So now, within the map of the production of Share, that was basically what the federal government is standing on. There's what they call dry well in some areas. That doesn't mean there's no oil there. Some they just discover the oil, but has not done anything about it before this incident in the 90s. So, in a clear understanding, government and politics is two different things. Now, in appointment, people will always nominate for appointment.
Okay.
And when you are nominated, it takes people to say, okay, even if I was nominated from so person, even if that person is not credible, it takes you you as a person to say, yes, I must do what is right. Now let me tell you back about the scenario of Yaradua and Jonathan. Yaradua came through a wrong political structure, and he saw all what was happening, and he admits that I know the structure that bring me, the process that bring me was not credible, but I must stand to correct that impression. Does it mean we cannot have people like Yaradua again in this country? That is where you and me have to come in.
All right. Let's move now to Osun State and see what's going on with Governor Demola Adeleke and also the ADC chairman that is saying, I have moved from this party, I've withdrawn my support, I'm no longer supporting this candidate, I'm now supporting this candidate. Let's go to Osun State and see what's happening. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
As the national chairman of a party, as the national chairman of a party, today and my working committee, they are all here. We have stepped down our support for Ademola Adeleke, and today we declare our support today. All our club members in Osun State should go to the polling units and vote for Ambo. Vote for Ambo.
Chairman of Accord has endorsed Ambo as the next governor of Osun State. But then comes another one again that says, oh, I never gave my support. That is not me. That's someone impersonating me. Let's see here to Osun State. We'll be right back.
So I'm right here with the chairman of Accord Party of Osun State. Today is Thursday, August 13th. But they said that you just endorsed Ambo.
That is a lie. Why will I endorse in Ambo? I cannot do that. Candidate is still Senator Ademola Adeleke. In fact, we are in a campaign car to Iwo. We just finished with some Islamic scholars in Iwo now, telling them the good work the governor has done and to continue doing the good work. They were happy with the governor. Ademola Imole all the way.
All the way. Mother is coming back.
Mother is coming back.
August 15th. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And then you have the other controversial video saying I endorse, and the other one saying I did not endorse Ambos. He said according to chairman that only one chairman is in Accord Party, which is by INEC Nigeria. The Osun State chairman of the Accord Party is Pastor Victor Akende. APC has seen the handwriting that they can't win, and now they are looking for ways to bring Accord into it to play. What's your take on that?
Well, she is being too dramatic. It's very funny situation. But looking at that video, you discover a lot of things. People are journalists.
Yeah.
Me just seeing that video, I don't really think that video is real.
The first video.
You know, in this 21st century where AI is doing a lot of things. If you watch that first video, I think it's not a real video.
But the Senate President, the President of Goswell Pabio, was saying this man has finally joined APC.
Man, can you just look at the video? You will discover it's not the real.
Oh my God! It's been bringing drama left, right, center.
Now, if you look at this other video,
okay,
at least you can see some
clarity.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk briefly about the issue. For the last 2 months or so, Adeleke has been talking, the ADC has been talking, the APC have been talking. Recently, a senator had to be invited by the police after his comment went viral, where he allegedly threatened and urged his supporters to kill any ADC member and their families. The elections is tomorrow. And the Osun people are going to finally decide. As a politician, I'd like to ask, starting with you, Comrade Brown, before coming to Chief, seeing what transpired in Osun State, or what is happening in Osun State right now, what are your concerns for 2027?
You know, the foreign body has seen the video has been going
viral,
and one thing people know, that when you make statement today and tomorrow, you should be accounted for. You should be responsible for the statement you make today, and that is why I keep telling people, be careful of what you say, more especially in public.
Okay.
Because any statement you know tomorrow, you cannot stand to say this statement, I make this statement.
But if you're saying the statement, then they'll hold you accountable. Bola has been saying a lot, talking from two sides of his mouth.
No, sorry, let me
accountable.
finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Now, you declare war on other political party.
Okay.
And tomorrow, as a politician, what if tomorrow that platform is not comfortable enough for you, and you decide to move elsewhere? If you kill everybody today,
we will vote for you tomorrow.
you understand? But I expect the IG of police, I think several letters have been written to the IG and every other security agencies. That statement have to be investigated.
He honored the invitation, and he said people actually forged that statement, that it was edited. It wasn't him speaking originally, even if it was
if he says so. But I just believe and I hope that should be. Otherwise, if he actually made that statement, then he should be prosecuted for that. But because sorry,
right, go ahead.
If any life is lost in that state, you should be more responsible, because you cannot just see people and you believe you can take their life as if they're just chicken.
All right, I hear you. Let's move over to the police, where, since we're talking about police, we'll have something that's been making around on social media that says bail is free. If you go to the police station, if they give you the form to sign, go through it to see that bail is free. How true is that statement? Do you really think bail is free in Nigeria?
It's a logical statement to me. It's logical. Okay. Yes, bail is free. But even at the police, if the police, one thing I see there is, if the police know that you know you're right, they'll give you your way.
Okay.
But when they discover you don't know you're right, definitely they will use it against you. And that is why the civil society, to me, they are not doing well. Because you need to educate the society on their right.
All right, on that, let's go listen to what this police personnel is saying, and after that we'll come back and wrap up the segment of the conversation.
Call our people attention to something. When you collect person on bail, you read the form where you sign. Plenty of them when they read the form where they sign.
It dey inside the form.
It dey inside the form say this bail where I collect, so I no pay 1 naira for this bail, so they give you sign. Plenty of them will not carry the thing, just sign.
Because you just want commodity.
Because you just want commodity. If you read them, it shows that you no pay 1 naira. The law no allow any person to pay money for bail for any police station. And I won't tell you now from my mind, if you enter any police station, they say make you common money pay for bail. Very simple. Just come on your phone. Tell the officer, say I won't call IGO. Come on your phone. Dial the numbers. Make I roll the number out.
Yes.
080 57
From now to
call the IG. Just tell the police personnel, call the IG that bail is free. Once you say that, the policeman. But truly in Nigeria, they say if you want to hide something from an African man, put it in the book. How many Nigerians really go through that form that's given to see that you're not supposed to pay money before you bail anyone from the police custody?
It takes those who know their civil right.
Okay.
Because all these things fall within the ambit of the civil aspect of the police job.
Okay.
Now, if I'm a criminal, if you read the cross of the Police Act, if I am a criminal, the bail is free do not take effect. But the bail is free only appears in a civil manner where you have minors cases.
So if you come to trivial issue, bail isn't free.
No, by right, when it comes to criminal issues, it is only the court that have the power to grant you bail.
Not the police.
Not the police.
You made a statement and we all started laughing about it, that you have to call that number from today till tomorrow. Nobody is going to be.
Because every institutions in Nigeria has been partisan by the ruling party.
That's an allegation.
That's an allegation.
What is a clear fact?
No, where is the fact? Are you trying to say?
Now, let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Who appoint the IG of police?
By law, the president.
No,
after the police service commission and other relevant agencies.
Police service commissioners, they are part of ruling parties.
But where is the evidence? Because for you to say, for instance, that I am a member of a political party,
let me tell you.
I have a party.
There was a saga some couple of months ago on the social media going viral about this inec boss. So how do you define that?
Now, I would love to ask a question. When you say
on his X-handle page, sorry.
Okay.
He has been identified as member
of
APC.
All right, let's leave that before we come back there. You say the police are partisan to different parties, and for that, even if you call the number, but it's not everyone in the opposition party. Let me toe your line. There's actually the ones in trouble that goes to the police custody. So are you trying to say every member of Nigerians are being corrupted one way or the other? Because if you have a problem and you don't belong to any political party and you go to the police custody and you have a way to go into, just sort yourself and go out of it, because you have a way to sort yourself out of it and you don't belong to any political client, any political party, the police personnel are going to keep you standing? Is that what you're saying?
Let me tell you something. Now, not just the police. Our structures is our problem.
How so?
Correct. Now, when a president came in, the president appointed virtually every parastatal's head. And these are institutions and parastatals of those who were partakers of that journey.
Of which journey?
Partakers of that process to emerge as the president.
How so? Where are the clear evidence of
Politically, you can belong to a political party. There are a lot of business people who do not want to belong to a political party, but underground they are the major players financially, captain of industries and so many academicians and so many. So when the person succeeds, what happens is when the person succeeds, he goes back. This person gave me 1 billion during the campaign. This person gave me this during this. All right, send me nomination for this institution. Send nomination for this parastatal. That is how it done. Now, some either they hold them in one blackmail or the other. So instead of letting the truth out of what it is, they will now decide to settle you with appointment. And that is why some of us are saying no, the structure cannot continue in that manner.
Okay, so Comrade Brown, for everything you've said right now about the compromise of the institution, are allegations. For instance, if you go through the internet, there are no official or factual record connecting the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Joas Mupiton, to any particular party in Nigeria as we speak. So that
of today,
as we speak, as at this moment, there is no document officially linking him to any political party. Now, while we understand the concerns that have been raised by Nigerians, including members of the press, over the fact that the president of Nigeria has so much power and is responsible for appointing virtually or granting access to whoever becomes the leader of any of the government agencies, we also know that it is possible for a president to sit in that power, appoint people, and still lose out on elections if the institutions are run independently. And Nigerian institution, as much as we also understand there are concerns about some compromise here and there, is supposed to be independent of the powers that brought them into being. So, if you have evidence to tell us, look, Amupiton is a member of APC, for instance, and this is his party card, this is his party identification number in the party, then we can understand that's a valid
answer. You can never say Mr. A must have a party card to be a member of a political party.
So, because without a party card, you're not a member of that political party.
I'm coming. Now, membership is defined on two basic participation in the political party. Yes, I am a full member of ADC. There are people who sometimes the nature of what was happening, they don't want to register under ADC, but they are still working for ADC.
But they are not registered party.
But they are not registered. And they are still somewhere because they believe in the struggle, in the liberation that ADC is preaching.
So let me ask, based on what you've stated, there was a point in this country, and it's still happening, that Aliko Dangote funded the police force with vehicles across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT.
Yes.
Will you consider that as funding or being in charge of the police?
My brother, the business world, we know how it works, and we know why Dangote is doing all those things.
Why was it doing all of that? Can you throw more light on that?
You know how money is being laundered out of this country economically so that trace could not be. We know.
So you're saying he empowered police just to cover up his track or something? You have facts and proof to that? Do you?
That is a discussion for another day.
Okay, well, I'm glad you say it's a discussion for another different.
Let's leave that aside, because until there are proofs and evidence, we cannot go into that conversation.
All right.
But let's come back as we wind down on the conversation. 2027 is around the corner. I'll start with you, Chief. What is the plan? How is the ADC planning to win over Rivers State? In your earlier analysis, you highlighted the fact that the Rivers State people are tired of one man acting as an emperor controlling River State. I agree, because politics and power should go round every sector of a particular community or society. And where that is lacking, then there is need for the people to rise. So how is the ADC going to achieve that? And are River State people really ready for that change? Because it is the people, not the party, that is going to make that possible.
Okay. Political party is not a church. You understand me? So where you now carry your load, maybe you are going for a fast, and you now go to a church from 6 o'clock till 6 and be praying to God, and you expect that you will get it. God is not too much into the business of politics. According to Mother Teresa, it's a Catholic woman. She said, God does not expect you to succeed, but He expects you to try, which is to say, anything you want to do, you will spend about 85% pursuing what you want, leave only 15% to God. I want to also say this. Even when Christ was to be killed and they are carrying him to the Golgotha with iron cap, beating him until they brought him there and they were laming him, and Christ saw that he was going to die, and he cried to God. His father did not say anything. He kept quiet. They killed him. And so it's the same thing applicable to the politics. You do not expect that you are going to fight with a lion, then you will allow a sheep to lead the war to fight that lion. What I mean by that is that there is an existing structure of government in place.
Okay.
And which was why we carefully, with political periscope, to look at the man we use as the candidate of the ADC now.
The P. Dumpson.
P. Dumpson.
That's correct.
That we are going to use for that fight. I've told you, the issue of how you win election, you don't go to the television like this already and begin to talk about it. But we are going to approach this matter. We have about 5 months now to the election.
Okay.
Yeah, we have about 5 months. But this is the first time that, like he said before, that we have just some few months that ADC come together. It was there.
Okay.
But now when the gladiator came into the party, then we begin to see ADC. Otherwise, ADC has been there. You do not go and fight a political party that has been existing for years with strong power, and you expect that you just come and win them. You know what we are doing. I want to tell you that this 2027 that is coming, that is all is here now, no time again. It is here. ADC will confront this existing coalition you are talking about, because I've told you the coalition is just one father. You have a father with
different clothes.
One father that had these children, so they are one. So we are coming to take over that government in 2027. How we are going to do it is not yet to be discussed.
All right, thank you very much. I have to come back to you, Comrade Bright, before we call it a wrap. This is 2027 almost approaching. It's like tomorrow. How ready is your government?
Yeah.
And also, if your governorship candidate should emerge as a governor in Rivers State, what will he do differently to better the life of Rivers people?
That's a very beautiful question. Rivers people has been suffering for years.
Okay.
I would say the past 4 years of Rivers, nothing is working.
With all the projects being carried out left, right, center, flyovers?
What is flyover? To my assessment, we have just 2 flyovers in Rivers State. To my assessment,
there are more than 2, because this one is bridges.
This is crossover, not flyover.
There is between bridge and
there are difference between crossover and flyovers.
All right.
The last flyover in Rivers State is Enemy Junction, and to which credit was that? Who take credit for that? The construction of that? Women started it, and was finished by Amechi. Ordinarily, if Amechi was like the so-called rainbow pharaoh of Egypt, he would have abandoned it. He would have abandoned it. But today, so compare the two flyovers to all this crossover that people claim is project.
So how then can
Now, sorry, I'm coming. Now, look at the primary schools, the educational sector, because he seems not to talk anything about it. Amechi built primaries and secondary school in every AG, in every ward of River State, equipped to the fullest. Employ. The last employment in this state was done by Amechi. Since then, have there been any employment? No. And that is why the youth is crying. So, in summary, ADC has given a direct, credible platform for Rivers people to decide their future.
Okay.
Sir Gabriel P. Thompson is the only alternative to liberate the River State from this bondage. And we are calling on the youth, the market women, farmers, every stakeholders in River State to give him support and vote for him come 2027.
All right, thank you very much. This is not when you campaign, but thank you very much. It's been an insightful time with you, gentlemen. Our guest has been very Chief Cyril. Thank you very much for coming, sir, and also Comrade Bright. Thank you very much. I appreciate, and I've been doing this with
Francis Oyemide. Thanks for joining us today.
My name is Bariswa Christian Wingo. Thank you for joining us. This is a match we can take on CEMTV News Surgery. But don't go nowhere. Our programs still run through. Stay glued and don't move a muscle. Tomorrow promise to be exciting with another edition. Stay here and don't go nowhere.